In October 2009, the Jamison family deaths became one of America's most unsettling modern mysteries. The Jamison family, Bobby Jamison, his wife Sherilynn Jamison, and their 6-year-old daughter Madyson Jamison, disappeared after traveling into the remote Sans Bois Mountains of Oklahoma. What should have been a simple trip to look at land for a possible new home ended in a mystery that continues to puzzle investigators.
Friends and relatives said the Jamisons had been considering a fresh start. They traveled to a remote area of Oklahoma, reportedly interested in purchasing property where they could live a quieter life away from the pressures they had been facing. On October 8, 2009, they drove into the mountains. It would be the last confirmed day anyone saw them alive. Days passed. Then weeks. The family never returned.
Search teams eventually located the family's pickup truck deep in the wilderness. At first glance, it appeared as though the family had simply stepped away for a short walk. Inside the truck were nearly all of their personal belongings. Their wallets, cell phones, identification. The family's dog, still alive but severely dehydrated after being trapped inside the vehicle for days. Even more surprising, approximately $32,000 in cash was found neatly stored inside the truck. Nothing had been stolen. If robbery had been the motive, why leave the money behind?
Before their disappearance, security cameras at the Jamisons' home recorded unusual behavior. The footage showed Bobby and Sherilynn repeatedly walking between the house and their truck, loading and unloading items. For nearly an hour, they barely spoke to each other. Investigators later described their behavior as unusual, almost mechanical. Some observers believed they appeared distressed. Others argued they were simply focused on preparing for the trip. The video became one of the most discussed pieces of evidence in the case.
Police searched the mountains extensively. Helicopters flew overhead. Volunteers combed the forests. Tracking dogs followed every possible lead. Yet no trace of the family could be found. It seemed as though 3 people had simply vanished into the wilderness. Rumors quickly began spreading. Some suggested the family had become lost. Others believed they had encountered foul play. Still others pointed toward personal disputes or unknown dangers waiting in the remote mountains. But investigators found no definitive evidence supporting any single theory.
In November 2013, hunters exploring the mountains made a grim discovery. Human skeletal remains were found scattered across a remote area roughly 3 miles from where the Jamisons' truck had been abandoned. DNA testing later confirmed the remains belonged to Bobby, Sherilynn, and Madyson. The discovery answered one question, but created many more.
Because several years had passed before the remains were found, investigators were unable to determine exactly how the family had died. Weather, wildlife, and the passage of time had destroyed much of the forensic evidence. No definitive cause of death could be established. There were no clear answers. No obvious crime scene. No reliable timeline explaining what happened after they left the truck. The most important evidence had disappeared with time.
The Jamison family case has inspired countless theories. Some believe the family became lost while exploring the rugged terrain. Others suspect they encountered another person in the mountains. Some point to possible financial or personal difficulties. There have even been theories involving cult activity, hidden treasure, or paranormal experiences, fueled by stories the family had reportedly shared before the trip. However, investigators have never found credible evidence supporting these more sensational claims. The official mystery remains unsolved.
Several details continue to puzzle investigators. Why did the family leave behind their truck? Why were their phones, wallets, and large amount of cash untouched? Why was the family dog left alive inside the vehicle? What happened during the hours after they disappeared? And why did it take 4 years to find remains only a few miles away? No one has been able to answer these questions with certainty.
The Sans Bois Mountains are quiet today. The forests have reclaimed the paths where search teams once walked. The truck is gone. The headlines have faded. But the mystery remains. A family drove into the Oklahoma wilderness searching for a new beginning. Instead, they disappeared. Years later, only their remains were found. No clear explanation. No confirmed suspect. No final chapter. Somewhere among the hills and forests of Oklahoma, the truth about the Jamison family may still be waiting, hidden beneath the silence of the mountains, where one ordinary trip became one of America's most haunting unsolved mysteries.